Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about my new case from Condition1. This is case number 300. It is configured to be a 4-pistol case, and I'm not going to lie, this thing is not a cheap case. I think it's roughly double the cost of the first case that I got from them, and there's a lot of things in here that at first I kind of thought could justify that price, and I was really excited to get this case. But unfortunately, once I got it and opened it up and tried to set it up, I realized this thing could definitely be a lot better, especially when it comes to utilizing the space inside here. So I'm not going to try to act like I had some sort of clickbait. This is going to be a scathing review. And honestly, I really hope someone from Condition1 watches this, because not only am I going to critique what they did wrong, but I will tell you how to fix this case and make it a really awesome case, because the size of this case is awesome. To give you a little backstory on what made me pick this case. So you guys may have seen my first case was the 179 case. It was a 2-pistol case, but also had some room to carry, you know, my ears and eyes, some ammo. Like, it was the perfect little case for everything I need for the range that day. Now, unfortunately, I had to replace that case because I got this bad boy right here. This is free and clear. This is my Walter PDP Professional ACRO. And yes, this is a big gun. Specifically, it's a gun with a big optic. Now, this does not fit in my old case. So I did what any rational person would do, and I went and found a new case. So the metrics I wanted when purchasing a new case was something that was taller to fit this with the ACRO, because, you know, as I'm collecting more guns, I'm sure that won't be the largest gun I ever own. And I wanted something that also did what I already was using my case for, aka bringing my ammo, my ears, my eyes, like basically everything I would need for the range in one case. So I looked off measurements, and I also wanted to be able to hold 2 more pistols. Most times I only take 1 or 2 pistols, but those days where, you know, going with the boys, bringing some friends, you just want to take some more stuff out and kind of shoot a bunch of stuff, I liked having that option in a newer case. So that was the parameter I set. So let's talk about what makes this case this case. It is a 22-inch wide case, and it is, you know, fancy. It's got some wheels in the back. It's got a little handle up here. It's kind of like it wants to be like luggage. And that's cool and all, except there's one kind of big glaring issue with that. And we're going to talk about that when we get to the inside. As far as the exterior of this case, you know, it's the same rugged, awesome design as the original case. Everything, I think, functions on the outside. The handles are nice and big. They got that rubberized texture. The clips up here to open the case are awesome. You know, it's airtight, dustproof, waterproof. Like, it does everything you need it to do, right? But inside here is the problem. And yeah, it just does not work. And I'm going to break this down in a pretty lengthy explanation. So stick around, listen to the whole thing, because I will give a solid suggestion on what to do that will fix this case. So what makes this case really not worth it? Before we talk about how to change the inside, the big problem is you got these wheels on here, you got this handle. It's a wannabe luggage suitcase. And if you could load this thing out and make it super heavy, that makes sense. Now, the problem is the way the foam is set up, and I'll go get some close-ups in here for you. You will never be able to get this thing heavy enough to actually justify needing these wheels and this handle up here. Now, I'm not gonna lie, if I see some bro come up to the range and they're toting this thing behind them on the wheels, I'm gonna point and laugh at you, because that is so dramatically unnecessary. And I will say that because inside here, when we talk about the foam, besides the addition of 2 pistols, you can actually carry less gear and ammo, or maybe the same, than you can in my 179 case, which is, I don't know, 2/3 the size, half the size, much freaking smaller and much lighter. So let's talk about this foam because it's dramatically flawed. Give you guys a couple close-ups and some B-roll, but just to keep you on pace, I'll talk about each individual spot. To start off, we got this, you know, I don't even know what you would call this piece right here. It goes down, you know, not even finger length. You can't fit a magazine in there. I don't even know what you would put in here. I don't know what the purpose of this is. Condition1, what is this used for? Or somebody, tell me, what is this used for? To me, it's dead space. It's a pocket to say we put a pocket in that doesn't do anything. What would make sense if you took the mag space and put that right there. Okay, that actually makes sense because the mags don't go down as far. If you're gonna say you need that cut out because this handle's down here, okay, you put the mags there. And the reason I'm suggesting that is because on this side, you get next to no additional space. Not only is it not wide, it's not deep and it's awkward. In the center, it's somewhat tall, but on both sides, there's really, it's not deep at all. Like you can't even stand a box of ammo up right there. Like what was the thoughts behind this? I get they did this because the wheels under here, like you needed that extra space for the wheels, but again, because of all this space that you lose in here and the lack of design, you're never gonna get that heavy enough to justify the wheels. And don't get me wrong, maybe you're an old lady, which hey, if you're an old lady going to the range with 4 pistols, you sound like an awesome old lady to hang out with. Let's definitely hit the range. But like, no bro that I know is gonna max this out and have to use those wheels. Like it's just, no, you're not gonna, it's never gonna happen. So hear me out. You take the pistols, keep them there, you take the mags, you throw them here. And then this extra space here, after you ditch the handle, you honestly don't even need this other side handle here. You ditch the wheels and you got a nice big space for storage. Now, I'm not gonna critique the top up here. I think that's cool. Honestly, I don't know what I would really do. I think, you know, gloves in one, maybe iPro in another. I would like these small bags to keep the small, you know, tools I use to adjust the optics on my pistols. Maybe some earplugs, like small, I can't really think of a lot. I wouldn't use all of it, but I like that look. It's the only reason I opted for that. I'm not gonna say it's a bad idea, but I'm sure it can be justified and make it worth it. So we're not gonna critique that. But down here, it needs to be thought out. Because right now, I think you can hold, you know, your 4 pistols, your 8 mags, and I think roughly 300 rounds of ammo, maybe. And that's getting funky, like throwing it across the top and like really doing it in ways I wouldn't suggest doing it. And yeah, sure, you could take it out of the cases and you could lay it loose in here, but I don't think any one of us really wants to sit here and line this whole thing loose with fucking ammo before we take it to the range and then hope it doesn't shake around and spill all over everywhere else. Like, I don't know, maybe someone's gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, that is the major design flaw in this case is it's big, it wants to hold a lot, but it's just not thought out right. So I hope there's a revision because for me, this case is next to useless. Yes, it's tall, and yes, I can fit this in there. Nice, it still sits up a pretty decent amount, but it closes. So the height is right, fits that gun, so I would imagine it would fit just about any other gun. You know, I don't know what other optics would be much taller than this, but you'd have a little bit more space. But yeah, that is that's my rant, guys. So I wanted to be honest with you because these are not sent to me. I use my own money to buy these. And just like you, I'm upset when I spend good money on something that doesn't work the way I want it to work. And if it's not bringing the value to me, I don't think it's bringing the value to you. And that's why I'm here to give you my honest feedback. So I hope Condition1 watch this. I hope they hear my suggestion, because if they change this case up, I think it has a lot of potential. But how it stands right now for the price it is, I don't think you're ever gonna load it out to justify, one, the wheels, the handle, or the price, honestly. I just don't think you get that much more out of this case that costs nearly double what that case costs, when I can carry virtually the same in that case, just 2 less pistols. I'd almost rather just get 2 of those cases then. That would make much more sense. I got 2 hands, 2 light cases. That makes a lot of sense. That might be the route I go. There is another case that I do like by them. It's a newer case. I think it's the 227. It's out of stock right now, but maybe I'll get that one instead. And now that I'm done beating down on Condition1, and don't get me wrong, I've had that case for 6 months. I like that case. The only reason I replaced that case was because it didn't fit this gun. So I like their products. I don't want you guys sitting here thinking I hate their products. But I will give them fairness. I did reach out to them about this case. I let them know I didn't like the design. And their return policy is pretty awesome. They're like, listen, what do you want? You want store credit? Just ship it back. You can either get store credit, we'll give you your money back, etc. So they were super cool, super quick to get back to me. I'm gonna give them props for that. Now, I'll give them more props if they listen to my suggestion, make this case without the wheels, without the handle, and where I can store a lot of stuff, because that would be one super awesome range case. So if you guys think I missed anything on this, please let me know. And if there's a case you guys want me to check out, or there's another brand you guys think I should check out and review, please drop it in the comments below. I'm always open to your guys' suggestions. I mean, hey, I got this because it was suggested often. Never had one before, but I listen to you guys. I appreciate your guys' feedback. So please, let me know what you guys think. If you guys think I'm wrong, tell me in the comments below. If you think there's a better idea on how to do this case instead with reorganize that foam, again, let me know. I think the more feedback we give, the better chance we have of getting a really awesome product that would serve us all better. Because right now where it stands, this case, it doesn't make sense. I don't think it's worth the money. And I don't think it's practical for what they designed it to be. So I hate to have to spit the harsh truth, but someone has to. And that's why I'm here, guys, to give you my real feedback. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you next time. Peace.